Welcome back, everyone. I am so glad to have you here with me. And today we're going to be working on unit number 6. We will be talking about clocks and how to manage time. We will learn how to read clocks and how they work. Okay? At the end of this presentation, I will give you a small project for you to work at home with your parents, or you can do it by yourself. I hope that you have lots of fun working in this project and learning how to manage time. I hope that you're staying safe at home with your family members and you're following all of the guidelines to keep your family safe. I am so glad to have you back, so let's begin. Let's go straight to my PowerPoint presentation. Let's go. Okay, guys, now we're here in my PowerPoint presentation. Remember, this is Beginners A, and I am Teacher Rene. Let's move on. So today, we're going to be reviewing unit number 6, and we're going to be talking about clocks and how to manage time and how to read clocks. Let's take a look at the next slide. In unit number 6, we have this object which is called a clock. A clock is used to measure time, and we will learn how to use clocks. Clocks have 12 numbers. Each number represents an hour. One day has 24 hours. That means the clock can go around all the way 2 times in one day. Minutes are represented in the numbers 2. They have a value of 5 in each number. That means you need to add units of 5 for each number. The clock has 6 minutes, and it equals to 1 hour. Now, let's take a look at this image. As you can see, we have the number 1 through 12. But remember, each number is represented by a quantity of 5. Which represents the minutes. That means that number 1 equals 5 minutes. Number 2 equals 10 minutes. Number 3, 15 minutes. Number 4 equals 20 minutes. Number 5, 25 minutes. Number 6, 30 minutes. Number 7, 35 minutes. Number 8, 40 minutes. Number 9, 45 minutes. Number 10, 50 minutes. Number 11, 55 minutes. And number 12 are equal to 60 minutes. Okay? Right here it's represented by 0 because once we are at number 12, we will start once again. Let's look at the next slide. Sometimes clocks will have a thin, large leg. That one will represent seconds. And it works in units of 5 too. Although seconds move very quickly. Every clock has 2 legs. One is larger than the other. The large leg represents the minutes. The small one represents the hours. The time is divided in two. We have AM and PM. This indicates if it's in the morning or at night. So, AM equals morning and PM represents at night or the afternoon. So, looking at the picture, we can recall that we have the minute bar and the hour bar. Now we can see the one that represents the seconds, which is the thin one pointing to number 30. Remember, guys, even though the minutes are not seen in the clocks, they represent units of 5. Don't forget that. Let's move on. Right here, we will practice how to read the clock. Every clock, as you can see, has a different time. This page can be found in your Big English book in number 67. Let's go ahead and read the time. We have 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and finally 12 o'clock. As you can see, we went all around the clock, but all the minutes were at the number 12. Let's move on. Now, remember, when the minutes are on the number 12, they represent 0 minutes. So, you can say a clock only when the minutes are 0. That means that when the minute bar is in number 12, we can say a clock. Now, let's look at the image and tell me, what time is it in this clock? I'll give you a few seconds. Excellent job! It's 3 o'clock. As you can see, the minute bar, which is the blue one, is in the number 12, and the purple one is on number 3. Excellent job, guys. Let's move on. Right here we have more practice, which can be found on page 77 in your Big English. Now, let's practice. Looking at number 1, we already have the answer. This will help us figure out how to do number 2 through number 6. Remember, guys, not all the minute bars will be the same, or not every hour bar will be the same. So we need to look carefully at each one to tell the time. So in number 1, we can see that the minute bar is in number 12 and the hour bar is in number 1. That means it's 1 o'clock. Let's look at number 2. The minute bar is in number 12, but the hour clock is in number 3. This reminds me of the clock that we just saw. That means it's 3 o'clock. Excellent job, guys. Moving on to number 3. In number 3, The minute bar is in number 12, and the hour bar is in number 6. Now, this indicates it's 6 o'clock. Perfect. Now, moving on to number 4, I'm going to let you do this one by yourself. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds. Excellent job. In number 4, it's 7 o'clock. Perfect. You're doing great. Now let's move on to number 5. In number 5, what time is it? Perfect. The hour bar is on number 10 and the minute bar is on number 12. That means it's 10 o'clock. Now, help me do number 6. Excellent job. We can see that both legs are pointing to number 12. That means it's 12 o'clock. Very good job, everyone. Now we can move on. Right here, we will practice a little bit more. And as you can see, you can find this in page 77 of your big English book. Now, for these exercises, everyone can have a different answer. So this can vary between students, okay? Let's look at number 1. What do you do at 8 o'clock in the morning? I'll give you a couple of seconds to answer this question. Perfect job! What I do at 8 o'clock is eat breakfast. Let's look at number 2. What do you do at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? I'll give you a couple of seconds to answer this one too. Remember, it's in the afternoon. Excellent job! What I do at 4 o'clock in the afternoon is do my homework. Let's move on to number 3. What do you do at 9 o'clock at night? Perfect job, guys. What I do at 9 o'clock at night is prepare myself to sleep, since the next morning I need to wake up very early at 7 o'clock. Okay, guys, you did a marvelous job. Now, let's move on. It's time to make a project. Today's project will be a tiny schedule that we will be using for us to represent what we do in certain times of the day. So, for this project, you will need a piece of paper, some colors, but if you don't have colors, don't worry. You can use a pen or a pencil. And you will need to use your imagination and your drawing skills to complete this project. So, the first step of this project is to grab a piece of paper and fold it 4 times. So that way you have 4 squares. Then, in each square, you will draw a clock. In each clock, you will put a time. Try to use chronological order. That way, this project looks like a timeline. Step number 3, you will start drawing your activities that you do in those times. And in step number 4, you will show me your project. Remember, guys, take a picture of your project and upload it to the comment section. I want to see how you managed to do it, and I want to see how wonderful they came out. Okay, guys, that's it for my PowerPoint presentation. Now I will guide you through your project so that we can do it together. Follow me. Okay, guys, now that we have our materials, which is the piece of paper, some colors, but if you don't have colors, don't worry. We can use a pen or a pencil. So, we will grab the sheet of paper and we will fold it 3 times. That means that we will have 3 lines and we will have 4 spaces. So let's do this together. First, fold it in half. And then fold it in half one more time. That will give you the 4 spaces that you need, okay? So now, as you've seen, I already did my project. So, it should look like this. Once you have it folded in 3 sections, which will give you 4 different spaces, you will draw 4 different circles and 4 different clocks. Remember to add 4 different times to each clock. Okay? After that, you will write a sentence according to what you do in those times. So at 8 p.m., at 8 a.m., right here I place the a.m., I wake up at 8 o'clock. So you will write a sentence describing what you do in this time. And finally, you will make an image or you will draw according to what you wrote. Okay? So we can see that at 3 p.m. I eat, and I have my picture right here, and I have my sentence right here. At 8:30 p.m., I do my homework, and I have my illustration right here. And at 10 p.m., I go to sleep. Okay, and I have my sentence right here. I go to sleep at 10 o'clock, and I have my little drawing right here. So this will be your project, okay? It's really simple, and I would love to see your pictures in the section of comments, okay? So this is how I did mine. I know you guys can do it better with the help of your parents, and it's way better when you work in a team. So I hope that you enjoy this project and you have a great time with your family.